Welcome back to Dwarf Fortress, where we are continuing with part 2 of this year in Dastotdeg. Autumn has arrived here in Dastotdeg. I am working on some new projects here, as you can see. I am trying to reorganize my storage space. I'm trying to get my fortress to a point where people don't have to walk through these stockpiles here to get from the stairs to the trade depot. I messed that up. The trade depot here is sort of like our main entrance now. So having all these stockpiles here gets in the way of all the visitors, you know, going down to the tavern and whatnot. Hey, the outpost liaison and the dwarven caravan is back. I was not sure they were gonna come back because we didn't do a trade agreement last year. This time, if they ask us to join the kingdom or whatever, I think I'm gonna say yes. Here comes the outpost liaison, Captain Estilligem. The armorer Atir Vathulinol is stumbling around obliviously. Another unhappy dwarf. Another dwarf who's seen way too many dead bodies. I've just tried to make a burrow, which I called Happy Place, and put all the unhappy dwarves in them, which should hopefully keep them in the areas of the fortress where they're not likely to run into anything bad. The outpost liaison does not seem to be talking to me. I guess he's still mad about last year. He's just hanging out, listening to poetry and socializing. Oh, wonderful! Thank you for your business. Kazip seems ecstatic with the trading. I'm in such a good mood, I'm even going to offer them a bunch of gold rings. I will see that our leader gets this offering. A giant ohm has been sighted in the caverns, and the disemboweled tools just came out here for practice and killed him off. I've created a library here near the trade depot so that people can come visit and read books and stuff. And I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I created a second tavern down here known as the Stern Mushroom. All visitors welcome. Except now that I've said that, I feel like I want to restrict it to citizens. And the dwarves are heading back to the homeland after another successful trade. Oh man, one of the merchants has climbed up in a tree to get away from a capybara. Okay, it looks like her guards rescued her. Oh, somebody violated a production order and has gone to prison. Zuntir Thanunrigath, a miner, is now in a cell. I don't know what production order he violated. Atir Vathulinol is stumbling around obliviously. And winter has arrived. Just like that. What's this? The outpost liaison, Captain Estilligem, wants to talk now. Once again, I say merit deserves a reward. I come empowered to establish this colony again as an official land of our realm. What do you say now? Do you have any dwarves to recommend for elevation? I can scarcely believe this good news. I have some recommendations. Except I don't, because I don't know what I'm doing here. Well, there's always Bearheart, Nish Amaldadak, the original expedition leader, Ah, I know who to promote. The founder, Avu Zazidicum. One of the original founders, one of the 3 remaining. Avu is currently the chief medical dwarf, but there are better candidates for that. So I am going to recommend Avu Zazidicum or Baroness. Yay, now we can request things of their merchants again. Man, I sure would love to have a way to automate this screen. This year's export agreement includes seeds, musical instruments, and sheets of paper, I assume, also quivers and footwear. Farewell, Ritha Lumulkakdol. I look forward to our meeting next year. As always, as you know, our fortunes, say it with me, rise and fall together. Atir Vathulanol has slipped into a depression, unfortunately. Dastotdeg and the surrounding lands have been made a barony. Ritha Lumalkakdal has been re-elected mayor. Holy flimflams! A vile force of darkness has arrived for a second time this year, and there are beak dogs and trolls this time. As before, the goblins are coming in from the northwest side of the map. Dwarves are heading into position. Well, in the middle of this siege, people are talking about artifacts again. The ex-dwarf Shorist Zuntirdelek has revealed the presence of tooth chasms to the Marksdwarf Odin Zenagograd. I have raised the bridge on the front gate. They appear to be heading straight for the tunnel entrance. And there are about 2 3/4 pages of invaders here. 2 trolls are heading down the tunnel, 3, 4, approaching my crossbowmen, who are just standing there watching them go by because they are idiots. I hope these traps work on trolls. I don't know if the cages work on trolls. Okay, we just captured 1 troll in a cage. That is awesome. The troll and the war dog appear to be frightened of each other here. Oh, what is this guy doing? There's a human bard blundering through the caravan tunnel. He's walking into a troll, walking around the corner. Oh, hello, there's a troll. The troll is just letting him walk by. Interesting. Up on the surface, the trolls and beat dogs and goblins are killing all of my animals. The trolls appear to be spooked. I am not sure why. A troll was killed by a weapon trap. Looks like another one has been caged. Now a 4th one has been caged. Oh, there's a polar bear? Why is there a polar bear? Goblins, trolls, and beak dogs are moving through the hallway. They are hitting traps right and left. Whose polar bear is this? Nukem Slunkafit. A polar bear. The polar bear is... Okay, the polar bear is dead. I don't know who or what that polar bear was. The polar bear man crossbowman, Nukem Slunkafit. Who was that guy and where did he come from? One of the visitors is trying to leave, and he's leaving right through the middle of a goblin invasion. Oh, he saw the goblins and he's running for his life now. He's like, oh, no, I changed my mind. I don't want to leave. I want to stay, actually. I think I'd rather stay. They're hitting a lot of the traps, but they're still moving forward. And it looks like they might be turning around. Some of them are going back and some of them are going forward. Oh, our new Baroness has imposed a ban on certain exports. That's a great time for this. Okay, it does look like there's a large group of goblins still pressing forward through the trap tunnel. Some of the goblins are leaving, but some are still pressing forward. A bard is just like running right through the middle of the trolls and goblins. Probably half a page of active invaders left right now. I think the last of the goblins have finally turned around now. There's a human chasing after the goblins. I would say this has been another successful run of the trap hallway. And as far as I can tell, none of my dwarves sustained any damage. Outside, it looks like the goblins are fleeing to the south. Hopefully they will go back and tell their leaders what happened here. I'd say that was a pretty successful defense. Other than, all of the animals got slaughtered again. There's quite a mess in this hallway to clean up. This is interesting on the heels of that siege. The Marks dwarf, Odom Zenagograd, was spotted sneaking around. I'll live to fight another day. I think this was the guy asking about that artifact. I'm not sure what to make of this. There he is, way down on the south part of the map. Odom Zenagograd. Atir Vuthilinal is depressed again. I'm not sure why, but there's a dwarf running around yelling in fear in the tavern. Like somebody's attacking him. Help! Save me! Help! I must withdraw! Somebody's shooting crossbow bolts at him in the tavern. I'm very confused about this. And we have an artifact. Maffol Chemsorterist, one of the disemboweled tool squad, has created Detanison, an alpaca wool thong. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Tosid Diamond Open. Detanison, or Iron Plans, is worth 20,400. It is encrusted with oval quartzite cavacons decorated with llama wool and giant leopard leather and encircled with bands of square brilliant cut tiger eyes. It is made from alpaca wool cloth. This object menaces with spikes of diorite, giant leopard leather, and draltha bone. On the item is an image of Parched Puzzled, the native platinum toy hammer in alpaca wool, and also an image of a mountain in pear wood. Parched Puzzled strikes again. I've had a designation here to engrave these minecart tracks for the entire year, and nobody has done it yet. I have no idea what's going on with that, but I completely forgot about the minecart. More royalty has arrived. Nish Garithlicot, the Baroness Consort of Riddlebolt, is visiting. We've also been getting tons of scholars visiting as well, I guess to see our library. The dancer Ast Adambasan has revealed the presence of Crew Boiled to the human spearman Ted Istrapestrit. Ted Istrapestrit, or Ted Twinkled Riddles, is in the tavern. This visitor has come asking questions, and to relax, he is seeking information about the location of Crew Boiled. Crew Boiled is an artifact by the name of Ganithamor, which is a clear tourmaline figurine of a hippo. I believe we picked this up off the battlefield at some point. On the item is an image of the interpretation of the mountain home, the giant mole parchment scroll in limestone. Okay. Lots of goblins and trolls in cages now. I just realized that Odom Vikarbasek is out of prison now, and back on the straight and narrow path. I have trouble controlling my temper. He actually does seem to be doing better. I'm trying to find some more efficient ways to get rid of the bodies in this tunnel. So down at the bottom of the stairs, in the chasm below the bridge, I added a room to throw corpses into. Hopefully it should make it faster to get them in there. We have another gremlin in the caverns. I've ordered a squad to hunt him down. He seems to be fleeing into the caverns. And he has just left the map. Meanwhile, Atir Vuthilinol is stumbling around obliviously, except he's not really moving. I'm going through and claiming all the equipment that the goblins and trolls left laying in the trap hallway here. A lot of good stuff in here. Iron and copper and the large equipment that I'm just gonna designate to melt it down. I'm also claiming a lot of the plain old clothing, just in case my dwarves want to put on some new clothes. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but I don't know. Maybe it'll help them. Zuntir Thanunrigoth is out of prison after violating a production order. She is blissful after sleeping in a good bedroom and repentant after being confined. Mandates reminds me that I have not yet built any bedrooms or quarters for our new Baroness Avu Zazidagam. I need to get working on that. This bard, Kubuk Dishmabashesh, wants to become a citizen. I wonder if this was the one that was running back and forth in those tunnels during the siege. He wishes to join the Whips of Clearing as a citizen of Swordhaven. That's us. That's the name of our government, the Whips of Clearing. I guess I'm gonna approve. I am now part of the Whips of Clearing. That was very satisfying. Now there's a naturalist and an astronomer visiting. We are just getting all kinds of crazy visitors. The new library is just bustling with scholarly activities. This scholar is discussing military ethics. This one is discussing etymology. This one is pondering chord lengths. And this one is also discussing etymology. These guys are just talking away. Oh, what is this? Right after Kubuk Dishmabasesh becomes a citizen, he runs down into the caverns and runs into a giant ohm. Oh, this is not good. Let's see if the bard survives. They are fighting. The bard is dodging away. The bard is not running away for some reason. Now the bard is just sort of walking away while the giant ohm is stuck there. The bard knocked the giant ohm unconscious and then just walked away. That was hilarious. Here come my dwarves to dispatch the giant ohm. They swung a few times and the giant ohm is dead. A dwarf needs a cage. I've just made Besmar Idekavas, a ranger, the new chief medical dwarf to replace Avu Zazidagam. I chose her mainly because she felt sympathy remembering bringing somebody to rest in bed. So I guess she has a propensity for helping people in need. Aha, the human spearman, Ted Estropastrat, was spotted sneaking around. I'll live to fight another day. He sounds like a pirate for some reason. I think we saw this guy before, Ted Estropastrat. He was asking about an artifact, I believe. Yeah, Ted Twinkled Riddles. I remember this guy. I'm checking his inventory to make sure he hasn't stolen anything, but I guess he's just walking away now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be alarmed about this guy's behavior or not. So we are winding down to the end of the year here, and time to reflect on the past year. I actually kind of don't remember the beginning of the year because, I mean, I think it's been 3 days of recording this year, maybe more actually. In terms of construction this year, I think the biggest changes are on the market level here, where the trade depot is. I built a new tavern for my dwarves, and I built a library that is just being jam-packed with visitors. And of course I built this huge new storage area up here, which goes down 1, 2, 3 levels. I haven't filled it all up yet, but there's plenty of room for expansion there. Down here on the residential level, I've added a few larger suites here on the left side. The first one I made for Ati Satshorus, the former captain of the guard, who is constantly depressed and all. I made all this room out of quartzite stuff, hoping that it will improve her mood, because I saw from her preferences that she likes quartzite, so maybe I can help get her to be a little less stressed out. Down here on the recreation/entertainment level, I'm pretty sure I built some new temples at some point this year. I also tried to build this a statue garden room. Nobody seems to ever go in the statue garden though, so I'm not sure what the point of that is. One level down from that, I've begun constructing the new suite of rooms for the Baroness. We will continue to get this fixed up into next year. Down here on the prison level, of course, our cage room is filling up with goblins and beak dogs and trolls. I actually started trying to train some of the beak dogs. I don't know if that's even possible, but I'm just giving it a shot. And even lower down in the caverns, I started trying to wall off some of these passages. I'm thinking that my terrible frame rate is probably related to having to do all this pathing through these caverns. That's something I've read about. So I'm trying to sort of wall off all of these different passages. And here we are with the end of the year. The year 258 is over, and the year 259 is starting. At long last, the year is over. It feels like it's been a really, really long year, filled with lots and lots of activities. There were 2 goblin sieges. We defeated both of them with no losses on my part, on the part of the fortress, other than animals getting slaughtered up on the surface. So I think that is gonna do it for this episode, and we will continue next year. I don't know how long I'm gonna continue with this fortress, because to be honest, the frame rate is really getting on my nerves, and I'm starting to feel like I should start something new anyway, because I feel like I've kind of progressed to a point of stability here. I'm able to defeat the goblins, at least the ones that I've seen so far. So I don't know, I'm feeling an itch to start a new fortress with new parameters to really control the frame rate. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. In any case, that is the end of this episode, and thanks for watching, and I will see you later.